Hey everybody, I hope you're all doing very well. So I took you with me on my hotel weekend escape. Everything's going brilliantly so far. I've really enjoyed myself. I've done a video on coming to Premier Inn, which is a 2-3-star hotel, and the reason I'm really open and transparent about, not pretending that I'm in some 5-star hotel is because the purpose of me coming to the hotel is just to have a break, really. It's not about the plushest or the nicest hotel. So, I've come to a very humble Premier Inn 2-3-star hotel, and it's been great so far. I've taken myself out for a dinner, which has just been a huge privilege, and that was really nice. I've given a couple of shorts in terms of uploading some videos, so please do go and check those out and enjoy. And now we're going through part 2 of Dr. Wayne Dyer's How to Be a No Limit Person. So you will have seen part 1, which was the first principle out of the 3, and stick around to the end point of the video where I'll be taking you through the 3rd key principle in terms of probably the best one for me that has worked in terms of how to be a no limit person by Dr. Wayne Dyer. So the 2nd principle is, as we know, there are 3 areas in one's life which we need to conquer or be successful at in order to achieve, I guess, a level of happiness and being content. So we know that relationships, wealth, and well-being are 3 key areas. And if we think about it like a Venn diagram, the midpoint between all of these 3 particular components, I guess logically means that, we will find a nice sweet spot between managing these 3 particular components: our well-being, health, and relationships. So the 2nd principle that Dr. Wayne Dyer advocates in terms of how to be a no-limit person is about managing relationships with other people. So again, I guess it's kind of similar to the first principle about responsibility and taking accountability. What he advocates is one of the ways that we can achieve immediate peace and a sense of peace is basically having no expectations of other people. And to put it another way, not imposing or not imparting your expectations on another person. So let's just break that down and what that means. You could be in a relationship and you could be imposing or expecting certain things of your partner. You could be a female and you could be in a dating situation and you could be thinking, I really want this person to share the same hobbies as me. I want this person to intellectually engage with me. I want them to be chilled and relaxed. I want them to be a high flyer and earn enough, money in order to financially keep us settled and happy. And at the same time, I don't want them to be a workaholic because I want to go on nice holidays with them, and I want them to be an amazing father of my children. I mean, me just reeling this off in a dating context just goes to show how absurd it is for us to impose and impart our own expectations on another person. I mean, it's totally absurd, isn't it? As we know, it's really ludicrous and pretty audacious of us to think that we can impose and impart our expectations on another person. First of all, I think, there are a number of problems with this kind of idea that we can impose our expectations on other people. I think, as we all know, we cannot control other people. The only thing that we have 100% control over is ourselves, our choices, the response that we choose to take in any situation, and therefore it's almost impossible to control somebody else or control a particular outcome. And coming back to the main principle here in terms of finding a level of peace and security within yourself is having no expectations on other people, and certainly not to impose or impart your expectations on another person. I think this helps on a mutually beneficial basis because the other person doesn't feel resentment, they don't feel under pressure, and by feeling relaxed, they can become the best version of themselves. And likewise for you, you get to relax, right? You don't waste your energy, and you don't waste your kind of your energy by imposing your expectations on another person. And instead, if you keep an open and your flexible mind, which means that you're going to take it as it comes, you're going to take it day by day, you're not going to have all of these big whimsical expectations of another person, and therefore you can take this person as they are, see them for who they are, not get frustrated, not get angry and resentful because they're not accommodating to your expectations. Instead, you are having zero expectations. You therefore relax and ease into a particular situation, and you can relax around this person's company because you're mutually not expecting anything of one another, and you're certainly not imposing your expectations. As Dr. Wayne Dyer says, if anybody does something to you which is not in accordance with how you would expect, all you have to mentally do is kick the ball back. He's talking about this kind of volleyball pitch, two teams. You've got a tag team, you've got A and B and C and D, and both teams are playing against one another in terms of this volleyball, and they're hitting the ball over this particular net. And Dr. Wayne Dyer uses this an analogy to say that if anybody says anything to you that you don't agree with, that's hurting your feelings, you don't agree with their opinion, you don't have to be aggressive, you don't have to react, you don't have to respond, you don't have to use blasphemy. All you have to do is hit the ball back. And what he's basically saying is mentally, just kick the ball back in their court. And that way, the beautiful thing about that, as Dr. Wayne Dyer says, is that when you kick the ball back, or you push the ball back, or you throw the ball back over the proverbial net, you don't own the ball. You're not touching the ball. The ball is not in your court. It's in their court, right? And that means that you get to exercise, again, a level of peace and control, because whenever somebody is doing something that doesn't accord with you, that doesn't sit with you, that harms you, that is aggravating to you, that is not kind or not nice, all you have to do is not take it on board, but hit the ball back and put it over the net, so it's their responsibility. So that's a couple of things in terms of the second point. In terms of people relationships, don't have any expectations of people, and whenever people are behaving in a way or saying things that doesn't accord with you, all you have to do in terms of this proverbial volleyball net is hit the ball back. And the beautiful thing about that is that they own the ball is with them, and the ball is proverbially in their court.